Hello, good day. Ako nga pala ang inyong Sir Jello. Meron ako ulit ituturo sa inyo na math video topics. Turo ko ngayon, solving quadratic inequalities. Okay, so muna tayo sa inequality symbols. Siyempre, meron tayong greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. For example, 3 is less than 4. Next, this is read as 4 is greater than 3. 4 is less than or equal to 4. 5 is greater than or equal to 4. So, yan yung mga inequality symbols na may encounter natin using quadratic inequalities. So, quadratic inequality in one variable is an equality that contains polynomial whose highest exponent is 2. The general forms are the following, where a, b, and c are real numbers, with a is greater than 0, and a is not equal to 0. So, merong apat na quadratic inequalities. You have ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than 0. Yung sumunod ay less than 0, greater than or equal to 0, and less than or equal to 0. So, yan yung mga may encounter natin later on. Now, in solving quadratic inequalities naman, we need to find its solution set. Or sa quadratic equation, ito yung roots or solution. The solution set of a quadratic inequality can be written as a set and can be illustrated through a number line. Example tayo, x is greater than negative 4. So, pag gumamit tayo ng number line, so, ito yung kanyang, kumbaga, ganito siya isusulat kapag in-illustrate natin sa number line. So, kung mapapansin nyo yung negative 4, meron siyang puting bilog, and then since greater than, so lahat ng numbers going to the right direction. So, may mga circles tayong gagamitin para malaman natin kung siya ba ay hollow circle or solid circle. Kapag hollow circle, ito yung puti, katulad sa example natin, ibig sabihin, yung critical points ay hindi included. So, lumalabas yung negative 4 ay hindi kasali. Okay? And then, ang symbols nun is for greater than and less than. Kapag naman solid circle, o yung nakaitim, the critical points are included. Kapag ang ginamit ng symbol is less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. Example, you have x is greater than or equal to 3. So, syempre, pag in-illustrate natin, kasama yung 3, then going to the right, since that's greater than or equal to. X is less than negative 2. So, ayan. Hindi kasama yung negative 2. So, puti yung kanyang bilog. And then, less than. X is greater than negative 4. Ayan. X is less than or equal to 1. Kasama yung 1 and then, less than yung kanyang inequality. Okay. So, ito. Let's have a first example of a quadratic inequality. So, we're going to find the solution set of 3x squared minus 3x minus 18 is less than or equal to 0. Ang first step is, gagawin muna natin siyang equality. Okay, so equal sign muna. So, from the inequality symbol, gagawin natin siyang equality. And then, isusolve natin yung, gagamit tayo ng method in solving quadratic equation here. Sa case niyan is factoring. So, ang factors ay 3x plus 6 and x minus 3. And then, equate each factor to 0. So, lalagyan lang natin each by 0. And then, kung sa 3x plus 6, transpose lang natin yung 6, magiging negative 6. Pag dinivide naman natin to by 3, which is the numerical coefficient, magiging x equals negative 2. And then, yung isa is 3. So, ang solution or yung roots ay negative 2 and 3. So, the values of which are the critical points, which can be used to obtain the following intervals. Yung first interval is x is less than or equal to negative 2. The next interval is x is less than or equal to negative 2 but less than or equal to 3. And then yung isa, x is greater than or equal to 3. Take note that negative 2 and 3 are included in the solution set because the symbol used is less than or equal to. So, kasama siya sa critical points. Therefore, the solution set of the inequality is x is less than or equal to negative 2 and less than or equal to 3 as its graph is shown. So, syempre, kasama yung negative 2 and 3 as the critical points. Then, yung nasa gitna. Ayan. So, lumalabas between, no? Between and included. Negative 2 and 3. So, yan yung ating solution set para sa inequality niya. Ngayon, mag-check tayo. Okay? Ipili ngayon tayo ng solution or pipili tayo ng isang number which is less than or equal to negative 2 between negative 2 and 3 that is included also and greater than or equal to 3 or greater than 3 para lang ma-check natin kung magsasatisfy itong inequality na to. O dun muna tayo sa x is less than or equal to negative 2 which is negative 3. Ayan. So, isa-substitute natin siya dun sa ating quadratic inequality. So, that's 3 times sa quantity negative 3 squared minus 3 times negative 3 minus 18 is less than or equal to 0. So, ito muna, no? So, negative 3 squared is 9 times 3 is 27. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9 minus 18. 27 plus 9 is 36 minus 18 is less than or equal to 0. 36 minus 18 is 18 which is less than or equal to 0. Siyempre, false yun. Diba? And then, kuha tayo between negative 2 and 3. Let's say 1. So, ganun ulit, substitute natin. Ayan. Then, upon checking, 6 minus 18 is negative 12 is less than or equal to 0. So, that is true. And then, yung isa naman is dun sa greater than or equal to 3. Say, 4. Dun tayo sa 4. So, substitute lang natin. So, that's 3 times 4 squared minus 3 times 4 minus 18. 4 squared is 16 minus 12 minus 18. 3 times 16 is 48 minus 12 minus 18. 48 minus 12 is 36 minus 18. 18 is less than or equal to 0. So, that is a false statement. So, lumalabas dyan, ang true lang is yung sa x is less than or equal to negative 2 and less than or equal to 3. So, ang analysis dyan is that since that this interval or yung critical points dun sa gitna, no? Yung negative, x is less than or equal to negative 2 and less than or equal to 3, that's the only values that will satisfy the inequality. Kaya yun lang yung true statement doon. sa ating first example. Okay? Doon tayo sa next example natin. Find the solution set of x squared plus 7x plus 12 is greater than 0. Again, ang first step, gawin muna natin siyang equation. So, magiging equal sign lang siya. And then, write the factors. So, alam natin, we can solve this equation by factoring. So, ang factors is x plus 3 and x plus 4. Apply the zero property. So, the roots are negative 3 and negative 4. Pag sinulat sa number line, negative 4, excuse, negative 3. So, meron tayong 3 intervals dyan. Ang una is yung x is greater than negative infinity less than negative 4. Then yung isa is x is less than negative 4 and negative 3. Then x is less than negative 3 and greater than positive infinity. So, magte-test tayo ngayon a number from each interval of against the inequality. Ang una, dun muna tayo sa x is less than negative 4. O, pipili tayo ng isang number na less than negative 4. Say, negative 5. So, negative 5 squared plus 7 times negative 5 plus 12 is greater than 0. Negative 5 squared is 25 minus 7 times negative 5 is negative 35 plus 12 is greater than 0. 25 minus 35 is negative 10 plus 12 is greater than 0. Negative 10 plus 12 is 2 greater than 0. So that is true. Next, doon naman tayo sa gitna ng negative 4 and negative 3. Say, negative 3.5. So, negative 3.5 squared is positive 12.25. 7 times negative 3.5 is negative 24.5 plus 12 is greater than 0. Minus natin to. So, that's negative 12.25 plus 12. So, negative 0.25 is greater than 0. Plus 7 times 2 plus 12. 2 squared is 4. Plus 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 12 is greater than 0. 4 plus 14 is 18. Plus 12 is 30. Which is greater than 0. So that is also true. So that means that in this quadratic inequality, only numbers that is outside negative 4 and negative 3 will be true upon checking in test for any number from each interval. We also test whether the points x equals negative 3 and x equals negative 4 satisfies the inequality. So if x is equal to negative 3, so that's negative 3 squared plus 7 times negative 3 plus 12 is greater than 0. Negative 3 squared is 9. 7 times negative 3 is negative 21 plus 12. 9 minus 21 is negative 12 plus 12. That is 0 is greater than 0. So that is false. The same with negative 4. So, upon reaching the final answer, that is 0 is greater than 0, which is also a false statement. Since sa inequality naman is hindi kasama si negative 3 and negative 4, since hindi naman kasama yung equal to, only greater than symbol. So therefore, the inequality is true for any value of x in the interval x is greater than negative infinity and less than negative 4, or x is less than uh, negative 3 but greater than infinity. And these intervals exclude negative 3 and negative 4. The set or the solution set of the inequality is x such that x is less than negative 4 or x is greater than negative 3, and its graph is shown. Yan. So, hindi kasama yung negative 4, in between negative 4 and negative 3. Dun sa ating number line. So, that will be all. Thank you for watching. Sana meron kayong natutunan for today. And have a good day.